Hey y'all, welcome back. You ready for another interpretation? Me too. All right. Okay. Well, that's not looking too hot, too bad. I might have spoke too soon. Hmm. Um, the Hangman in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Again, how did that get in reverse? Okay. So, Five of Swords, Two of Swords, Five of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the King of Swords. The major is the Emperor. That's the 4, and it's in the 4 position too. Defeating something or someone. There was a distortion of like your emotions, of your focus, of your intuition, your mind. Someone was trying to defeat your mind. Or you used your mind to defeat theirs or their plan. But it has something to do with passion. So you used your mind to defeat their passion. Two of Swords is peace restored. So once you did this action, you restored peace for yourself. By defeating whatever that was, it restored peace for you. But somehow, and I question some things a lot of times, somehow the defeat of this person or this group, this person, this whatever this is, defeating it caused restored peace for you, but then there's material trouble. And that's not peace. So there's definitely has to be whoever you defeated or whoever was defeated, that person or people are in material trouble. And it's all like set up by the divine, because this is in 3 position. Lord of material trouble. They in big trouble too, because it says Lord of material trouble. So there's some big trouble happening. This emperor is involved. Or you turned into the emperor when you got peace and you defeated this. Very likely it was walking away, because this is distorted and chaotic. And then peace. And the best way to get peace, right, is to walk away from chaos, right? You won't ever get peace if you're in chaos, right? You walked away, and that caused material trouble. That's weird. Something was hinged on you staying around, being there, connected with them. But like I said, the emperor is here. And this person is in the upright. This emperor is in the upright. So that's likely you who made the good decision, because that's what an emperor is going to do, right? Make a good decision and move forward on it. Act. Like, be responsible, organize, plan, and then execute. That's a warrior. That's a leader. Building strength through experience. That's what struck me right now. Like, that's what just crossed my mind. Like, building strength through experience. And then there's the King of Swords here. Now, it looks like the King of Swords and the Emperor are facing off. But the Emperor doesn't have a weapon in his clutches. The King of Swords does. But the Emperor also is surrounded by the orbs, which is the all, and wisdom. So the Emperor is facing off with the King of Swords using wisdom. And the King of Swords is facing off using angry words, violent words, aggressive words. Emotional words. This King of Swords is emotional. And that sometimes can be a characteristic of some men as well, if you think about it. Some men, like, when they get, like, they're feeling their feelings and they don't want to feel their feelings, they would rather be in their more masculine element, more masculine characteristic, and that's what it turns to extreme violence or abusive words and things like that, because they are hurt, but they're not expressing it on their feminine side as tears, as, emotionally expressing it. Because this isn't, the Emperor is hurting this person just by using wisdom and experience. And the King of Swords is hurt about it, clearly. He got defeated with wisdom, and now he's talking all his trash because he's emotional about it. He lost, and he clearly, apparently, he lost a lot, because it says material trouble. So something this King of Swords was allegedly supposed to gain. Because what other reason would you do that? Like, it was a bet. And the Emperor won using just logic and reasoning and wisdom and guidance. That's interesting. Is what other reason would you run into, like, material trouble? Why would you be in material trouble? Unless it was a bet. It would have to be a bet. Somebody bet something that they didn't have. Somebody put something, money, on the line that they didn't have. Materially. And then I'm looking at this card again, and it's pentacles, so it's money. It's money they didn't have. But they put it up like they had it. Because they were betting against this person. But see, this person, I said, changed into the Emperor. This person was not the Emperor. They were lacking something. Organization, planning. Like I said, they organized it, planned it, and then, executed. They were missing something. One of them. Organization, planning, whatever. Execution could also be a part of it as well, because you can organize and plan all day long, but are you doing it? Like, did you actually do it? Like, put the work in. Yeah, great. You put pen to paper, but now you need to publish the book. You need to go, like, you're not done yet. So this King of Swords was betting against that person actually putting in the work and doing it, I guess, or planning it, or organizing it. I don't know. They bet something they didn't have. That's for sure. That's for sure. So once this Emperor got his head together, got his mind right, and figured out what he was lacking, procrastinating, whatever, that was the defeat. I imagine that was peaceful. Because once you're in a mind frame where you're like, oh my goodness, and then you finally figure it out and you execute, ooh, I know that feels good. It's gotta feel good. Damn the King of Swords and what the King of Swords is talking about. Like, because why would you bet on someone else's life? Who you think you are? Like, for real. That's a serious question. That is so degrading. And not only did you bet on someone else's life, you bet against that person in their life. Like, that's, just makes me sick. That's terrible. It just makes me sick. Like, that's horrible. Why would it? So, and this can go deeper. I'm not about to get that deep. This is already 14 minutes. Like, because you can go deeper to say, how do you even know this person to be betting on this person? And that means if you do know this person, you're betting against your family or friend. If you don't know that person, that means that you're stalking that person in order to make a bet. Because why would you bet on someone else's life? Right? So I'm not going to go that deep. There's not enough cards on the planet to figure that one out. That's why some of these readings are hard to read, because cards can't help you logic illogical shit. Like, it just can't. This person has a skewed perception. That's why I said the last part I said, because if you don't know this person, that even adds another layer. If you're watching someone, you got to be damn sure that the information that you have is correct, because you don't actually personally know that person, right? You better have the correct perspective of that person. If you don't have that, you run the risk of Five of Swords being defeated and standing around in your feelings. Like, in your feelings. Oh, that is already too deep, and it's 15 minutes. This person is a King of Swords, so they thought that they were better than this person that was in pre-emperor status. This man was growing, learning, experiencing, building, getting stronger with experience. And here comes the King of Swords beating his chest. I already know everything. I'm an OG. I'm out here in these streets. I know. I know. Only to find out you don't know, Five of Swords, sir. You don't know. You got defeated because you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know that person. Eek. Guess that is not good. Not good. Obviously, it's not good for his bank. It's good for the emperor. Betting on somebody else's life. Eek. I'm going to use the vice versa tarot. Let's see if there's any information in these. And see, I almost mentioned the Seven of Swords. Because of the Five of Swords and the Two of Swords, I was thinking, like, that's 7 swords. So, in hindsight, this King of Swords is seeing that they didn't have the correct perspective. They didn't take into account the whole picture. They were thinking from their own personal space, their own personal experiences, and making bets on that. And not taking into account this person isn't you. And this person isn't anyone that you're familiar with. Because your familiarity makes that person kind of like you. Or, you know, you could take on some experience from that other person. This isn't someone that you've ever met, basically. So how can you make a bet? And especially against that person. Because you've never met that person. Like, you've never met, obviously not that person, obviously. Because if you have to stalk them, you obviously haven't met them. But you haven't encountered this type of being. And that's what he's realizing in hindsight. He hasn't, this is another Two of Swords, but it's the back end of it, the after it happened type. Like, this is, now I can see the full perspective. Now that I've been defeated, I see why I was defeated. I see the error in my ways. That's probably why he's in his feelings right now. Because he's realizing, like, now I see it. Man, I should not have done do. Yeah. And what I love about the peace restored, right? The Two of Swords, peace restored, is this crowning achievement here. Having the wisdom and the knowledge. That is so amazing. This is a win right there. Nice. But I mentioned the Seven of Swords because this is right on top of Five of Pentacles. The material trouble, right? Right on top of it is this Seven of Swords. Hindsight. The other perspective is, because remember, he had the wrong perspective. The other perspective was, let me see, this is nuts. I thought I saw him leave. I thought this was a bag of money. It kind of lit, well, it's a little darker down here, but anyway. I thought that was a bag of money. The other perspective is he killed somebody. That's why my jaw dropped. Like, not only is he in material trouble, he's in legal trouble. They found the body. That's the other blindfold coming off here, Two Swords. Five of Swords is the material trouble, and justice is no longer blind here. They found out that this person, I bet you, it was in an effort to win whatever this bet was, because this is bizarre. I couldn't even imagine why in the world you would bet on someone. Like, what was the bet? That someone that you don't know won't ever be successful? I mean, you could literally throw a handful of pennies into a crowd, and I guarantee you're going to hit plenty of people that won't be successful. But again, this emperor is not a person. You don't run across an emperor like that, right? This is not a person that these people have ever met. So yeah, if you threw a handful of pennies into a crowd, you wouldn't hit that emperor, because he ain't gonna be there. Like, there's not that many, you know. That whole crowd is just like you. Hindsight, this fool figures out, number one, that they didn't have all the information, had the wrong perspective, didn't know really the true story, plotted and planned based on what they thought, killed somebody for it, only to still be defeated. Oh, that is utter defeat. Because the emperor was none the wiser. The emperor is just living the emperor's life, growing in experience, getting stronger with experience. Going from scooting to crawling to walking. Basically, doing their thing. None the wiser of this weirdness that's going on, you know. So this King of Swords really can't even come to this emperor to fight the emperor. What are you going, how are you going to engage the emperor into a fight over something that he doesn't even know exists? That's very interesting, how you intend to run up on the emperor with weapons and violent conversation, arguments, basically cussing and fussing over something that the emperor didn't tell you to do, didn't know you were doing, would probably want to fight you if they knew that you did it. Like, This dude, in hindsight, is messed up, man. He's screwed. Can't wait to get to the after tarot. The Emperor. Man, the Emperor making big moves. 8 of Wands. And it's quick, too, like lightning. I mean, a Pegasus is sitting there. Like, he's flying away on Pegasus. Like, he's out of here. He now has the wisdom to move forward, and he's doing it. And what do your problems have to do with him? That's what he probably trying to figure out. Like, not really. He probably don't even know yet, but if you brought it to him, he's going to wonder, like, what does that have to do with me? I'm moving and shaking. I'm doing what I have to do for my life. You decided to be out here. You decided to make bets with money you don't have on my life. Anyway, moving forward quickly. This person's gonna move quick. In due time, this King of Swords won't even know where this person is. Three of Pentacles. The King of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. I'm focused on the cinder block in his hand. And it has the triangle on it. The pyramid on it. I feel like this King of Swords thought he had the knowledge, like he had the power. He was the one running the show. I feel like he felt like that. That everybody was collaborating with him because they thought that how could we lose? How could we lose when we have our fearless leader, King of Swords, running this, and he's never wrong, and so this is going to work. How could we lose? Again, it's a skewed perspective. I'm looking at the glass. It's all, it looks like the sunshine is so bright that it's blurring out the image, blurring out the windows. Or as if he's standing there looking at this man and he's drunk or his vision is blurred. Like that might be it. The King of Swords may, because that can cause emotional issues as well, like emotional imbalance. Like if you're high all the time or drunk all the time, but high all the time basically, that's high. Like you're not sober. I don't give a fuck if you're drunk or doing drugs. You're high, like, because you're not sober. That's for sure. So whatever this blurry vision is, I feel like he's high. He couldn't see it correctly because he was high. That's probably what else he's knowing. I did all of this trying to win something, wasn't even thinking straight because I'm high all the time. Because this is day and night. So he's high day and night doing stuff. That's wild. How did you think you wouldn't be defeated and all you do is spend most of your time high? Excuse me? What the hell? What are you talking about, sir? What are you talking about, sir? How do you feel like you would ever be a success? Like, I'm trying, what? Somebody tell me the truth. Because I know he lying. Somebody tell me the truth, because I know he lying. How the hell you think you're not going to be defeated and you spend your days and your nights high? No minutes are sober. Okay. Well, I guess right now he is, because how do you come to this perspective finally? Guess you had to sober up at some point. I'm guessing this likely court case is a sobering reality. I bet it is a very sobering reality. Hindsight. Boy. I am not shuffling these well. What is happening? I'm trying my best, and it's just not working. What the? Okay, throw the whole deck in the garbage, then. Damn it. I'm not about to play with you, okay? Oh, okay. Finally get it shuffled and then the whole deck falls out of my hand. That's okay. Anywho, here we go. Dang. Now suddenly it's a whole lot of cups going on. What's going on? What is happening here? Why is there now? Oh, goodness. My question was, why is it all of a sudden all these cups? And something told me to look at the bottom of the deck. That's the Ten of Swords. It's a very odd looking Ten of Swords, though. Not like the traditional one, because this person's not face down. But I am looking at the sword, right? The sword is pointed downwards. To me, that would represent stupidity. Because why would you point your sword downwards, right? But the solemn look on these guys' faces is like, man, we shouldn't even be burying him because of this stupid shit. But we're burying him because of this stupid shit. You know? Which, I mean, can you disagree? Like, you made a bet on someone else's life. Like, you literally bet money. You basically bet your own life because you bet money that you didn't have. And what you think's going to happen when you can't pay the people that you bet the money that you bet. You're going to give up something. I'm leaving here with something. On some Denzel shit. Yeah, I'm leaving here with something. They're going to show up and take something from you. A lot of things. You're going to pay what you weigh. It's a 10 too, so this is a culmination of all of the things that this person has done. You killing people and going to jail and all that. Okay. But why does everybody celebrate at the end, though? It's Five of Swords, the Two of Swords, like defeat, and then this guy realizing that he's been defeated, and now everybody's celebrating? Like, really? So I asked what I definitely asked, what's the outcome to this? And the Ten of Swords is the answer. And now all these cups, everybody chilling. Relaxing. Drinking from their own cup. Feeding themselves. In no rush. Yeah. Sipping from their own cup. So I'm guessing that's a lesson learned. That was one of the lessons the emperor learned. Loving yourself. It starts with loving yourself to get it right, right? Oh, was that what this guy was betting against? That this pre-emperor would not love himself first, and he would continue on the circular motion of not completing things that would be beneficial for him or something like that. Because it takes love for yourself in order to really focus and balance things out. Like, it was something that was missing. I said that before. It was something that was missing, and that was it. Love for self. So the King of Swords may have been betting that this person would never love themselves. Ooh, that's ugly. How you gonna say somebody's not gonna love themselves? That's terrible. You bet your life on it too. Goodness. The Page of Cups is here, right beneath the Seven of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. I'm kind of drawn to this fish flopping straight out of that cup. I don't know why he even thought putting a fish in a cup was a good idea. But I do see the loss there. Like, he understands that he was eating. You messed it up. Like, why would you put all your fish in one cup? Why would you put your meal in one cup? You messed this up. The tea is being spilled too, that he messed this up. Big time. The tea is spilled, okay? They kicked over buckets of it, okay? Knocked over England for this one. Boy. There's a 10 of Cups, though, for the Emperor that's coming in really quickly. That's really wild because it's a 10 of Swords for the King of Swords. Which, that's a lot of swords. King of Swords has his own damn sword. But this Emperor has the 10 of Cups, though, coming in. Which is also nice. Like, I don't like talking about the negative parts of this, because this guy, this King of Swords, is a lunatic. Why would why would you do that? Like I said, the friends, look at their faces. Like, we shouldn't even be burying him over this dumbass shit. Because why would you do that? Why would you do that? Yeah, why would you do that? That's crazy. Anyway, Ten of Cups for the Emperor, who's not crazy. He's balanced, very balanced now. Moving in pretty quickly. It's, a collaboration. It's a connection. Stability. That's what you're planning for, right? Stability. And then here, the King of Swords and his Eight of Pentacles. But what throws me is this is just 3 pentacles here. And it's the same 3 pentacles that he was seeing with his jaded eyes. All that work and you still only got 3 pentacles out of it. Not only that, you owe more than the 3 pentacles. So you did all of this and you owe down. You going to jail. Or hell. Looks like jail gonna miss him on this one. He put in all that work. He really thought that he knew what he was doing. He really thought that. But the one that knew what they were doing was the Emperor, because the Emperor was putting in real work. Learning and experiencing and growing stronger. Not standing around goo-gabbing with people and making bets. How hard is that to do? Like, that's not work. That's why it's really a 3 of Pentacles for this person. Like, because that's not really work. That's not something you can... Obviously, you got defeated, so... That's not something you could really build your life on, right? That's why you got defeated. Like that, you can't build a future on that. Who builds a future on bets? You gotta be nuts. Like, what kind of perspective is that? Like, I'm gonna build my life on making bets on other people's life. This sounds nuts. Go Emperor. Go you. Do you, man. And this person want to fight. You want to fight somebody for the choice you made. That's what's gonna happen with your fight. That's the end of your fight right there. Like, as soon as you pick that fight, like, or you already picked it and somebody picked you. Y'all, come back for another one. This one is wild. Like,